Going, guys? My name is MLG Gamer and welcome to something a little bit different from the usual. So normally I would be doing story mode today, but I just did a poll a few days ago, and I found that people wanted me to cover the Five Nights at Freddy's 6 or Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria Simulator custom nights thing. So here I am. So as you can see, all right, let me just give some background information. So Scott decided he was going to do, after he launched FNAF 6, he basically said, I'm going to do a custom night, and he started off with the progress bar to let us know how much how he's doing with the characters. So he said that each animatronic is worth 2%. I'll go to the Steam post right now to show you. Let's see. Let me see. Steam programming characters. Here we go. It's coming up now. Hold on. But yeah, he basically said each animatronic is worth 2% on the thing. As you can see, the progress bar is at 82% at the moment. So that's like, if you divide that by 2, that's like 41. So yeah, this is his post basically. He basically saying he's going to do its progress bar. Basically summarizing what I just said, alright? Now, here is the complete roster of every single animatronic up to this point. So I think I'm going to go through the first, since there's 40 of the, up to past a little bit over 40. What I'll do is I'll see if I can do it in 4 parts. So I'll do it in 10 animatronics each time, and then the last would be the next 11. And then unless there's another update, then I'll let you guys know a little earlier than next week or so. So let's get started. So the mechanics, he's already. Oh, by the way, I almost forgot to say, he was going to the custom night's going to have 50 animatronics. Some might not be active on some nights, some will be active on other nights, but there's definitely going to be, get this, a 50-20 mode. It's insane. So yeah, he's going to be programming 50 of the animatronics. I wish I had covered the teaser with the actual the roster, the actual people who he's gonna implement. But you'll get to know what I mean when you read the mechanics. So the first one is Golden Freddy. So when he appears after lowering your tablet, pull it back up quickly to get rid of him. Staring at him for too long will end your run with an unpleasant surprise. So for those people who don't remember, in FNAF 1, if you found that Golden Freddy Easter egg, you had to do that to get rid of him. And you also had to do the same thing with... I have never actually played Custom Night, but I heard about this character through the jump scares. Yendo, he does the same thing. He appears randomly, and you have to pull up the camera and then pull it back down. So it's basically straightforward. So Golden Freddy is pretty much the same as he always was, pretty much, along with Yendo. Helpy. Now, for those people who are not really familiar with Five Nights at Freddy's 6, there is this Funtime Freddy character. This little tiny, really cute, you know. His name is Helpy, apparently. That's a confirmed name, Helpy. Yeah. So Helpy, basically, this is his mechanic. He will appear on your desk at random when closing your tablet. Get rid of him quick, or he'll get up close and personal with an air horn. So again, for those people who are not very familiar with FNAF 6, in the Tycoon part of it, you got to do these challenges, right? Where you bought certain what you call it there, rides or so, I don't know. I can't really come up with a name right now, but you got to buy them, and if you fail them, sorry, no, if you won them, sorry, my bad, if you won them, you would hear like an air horn going on, like something like that. So basically, Helpy's gonna be doing that to you guys. If you close on your camera and you're just like, oh, there's this guy, you gotta do something. The thing I'm not sure about this though, it doesn't say how to get rid of him though, cause it says when you close your tab, he will appear. But getting rid of him, how do you get rid of him? That's the only thing I'm having a little bit of trouble. But it's pretty straightforward though. So yeah, he doesn't really say how Helpy kind of get rid of, but yeah, it's pretty straightforward, I suppose. Next one is BB. So BB Oh boy, BB. So, he will try to sneak through the side vent. Close the side vent and wait until you hear a thud indicating he's gone. If BB slips in, he will temporarily make a nuisance of himself, disabling your flashlight until he leaves. So, BB basically has the same mechanic as FNAF 2, as you've seen with me played, where BB has gotten into the room and he disables my lights, basically. He can't flash Foxy, can't check my lights to see who's at the vent. We just have to just take the jump scare, which would have been Foxy at the time. So yeah, but it looks like he won't be staying there. He looks like he's not going to be staying there for a long time. So, and I'm guessing he's going to laugh a lot, as usual, because that's BB. But yeah, that's pretty much it. It's just the same as FNAF 2. The next one is JJ. So, JJ, alright, for those people who don't know, JJ is an Easter egg in FNAF 2. There's another balloon boy-esque character. It's one with a purple hat. Or purple everything, basically. JJ would be found under the desk in FNAF 2. Rarely. I have never seen it before. I don't know if, maybe if you look back at my videos, you might have seen it. I don't know, but I have definitely not seen it. Seen her, sorry. So, yeah, JJ is basically, so it says here, she will also try to sneak in through the side vent. Close the side vent and wait until you hear a thud indicating she's gone. If JJ slips in, she will disable all door controls until she leaves. So, similar to BB, but instead of the lights, it's the door. So, that's a problem. Yeah. Just imagine BB and JJ coming in one after the other. You just took down one BB, and then you open the door, and you're not even sure that JJ was there. And then later on, you put up the camera, and you're like, oh no, JJ's in the room. Now my doors are locked. I'm like, oh no. So she kind of functions actually similar to when Bonnie and Chica in FNAF 1, when they jam the doors. Yeah. The only thing is she jams both of them in one go. So, yeah. That's going to be a problem. Hold on a minute. So, okay. So, Nightmare and Nightmare Fredbear. Now, these guys, ahead of time, just a little bit of a ahead of time disclaimer. Nightmare Fredbear and Nightmare, they were the scariest out of all of them in FNAF 4. The scariest to me. I don't care what anyone says. They were the scariest. They really were. So, it says here, this tag team duo are invisible to the cameras and can only be seen when they reach your doorways. Fredbear takes left, Nightmare takes right. And even then, only their eyes are visible. Close the doors on their faces to send them back into darkness. So, very simple. Just show up at the door, you only see their eyes, you close the door. It's actually similar to something called, to this game called Five Nights at Candy's. I played 1 and 2 actually. I have not played 3 yet, but I played 1 and 2 already. It's similar to that, because Candy, her eyes would show up, well, Candy and Cindy and Chester, their eyes would show up in the door, and you had to close the door instantly or you would be too late, you know? Also, it says here, yeah, I don't know about this. So it doesn't say, it says a tag team duo. So what I'm wondering is, do they show up at the doors together or will they show up at separate times? That's going to be interesting as well, because if you have to close both doors on them, then I suppose that would be a thing if they're tag team. But it doesn't really say. It doesn't really say. It could be both at the same time. It could be one after the other, maybe. I don't know. It doesn't really, specify on that one. Now, this is where the mechanics start to get, for the most part, new. Alright, so Phantom Freddy. So for those people who don't know anything about Five Nights at Freddy's, FNAF 3, Phantom Freddy is he's a phantom in FNAF 3. The only person who could jump scare you in that was Springtrap. But he's a phantom. He jump scares you. The way he worked was he snuck across your room. And then he would, if you didn't have any cameras up or whatever, if you didn't have anything up, like you were ignoring him in a way, he would just jump down from his sneaking across the window and just jump scare you. So let's see what Phantom Freddy has to offer. He will slowly materialize in your office, fading in from nothing. Shining your flashlight at him is the only way to make him disappear. If he fully materializes, he will jump scare you and cause you to black out temporarily. So already our first new mechanic, right? Because This has never happened in any of the Five Nights at Freddy's. Nobody has just materialized and you get rid of him by just simply flashing a light. I don't think we've had that before. So, yeah. So, you might see him just appear. You might see him barely at one point, and then you see his eyes at another point, and then... I don't know. When it comes out, we'll probably see the different phases of him, what's the word? Fading in or so, maybe? But, yeah, he just fades in and, you know... jump scares you, and he blocks you out temporarily, so he won't kill you guys. So in other words, he's just like FNAF 3. He won't kill you. He literally won't kill you. But he will jump scare you and black out temporarily, similar to FNAF 3, except, you know, minus the ventilation errors and stuff like that. At least I hope Scott doesn't add that. Oh my goodness, I hope Scott doesn't add that. That would be crazy. Then Old Man Consequences. Better Catch a Fish. Now, I've heard from other YouTubers what they think of this. Better Catch a Fish. Some people have said that maybe it could mean that some kind of fish is going to show up on the camera, and if you don't catch it, some random effect's going to happen, like you lose a bit of power or camera disabled for a bit or something. But it doesn't really say much. I mean, you know, it could be a thing where it's a mini game that just appears randomly on your camera and you have to just, you know, do something about it, and you have to catch a fish before the minigame ends, or you're pretty much screwed with something. Maybe it might like I said, might actually bother you with the power and everything, or it might add noise. It might add something to your. Well, we soon come to the noise meter in a few, but it might add you noise. It might add a little bit of noise. It might disable your cameras, but we'll never know until the game comes out. So yeah. Marionettes returneth in this one as well, guys. Now, it looks like he has the same mechanic as the original, as he did in FNAF 2. FNAF 2, she has the same mechanic as, what you call it there, as in FNAF 2. Why I say she, guys? A little spoiler for FNAF 6, just a little bit. Yeah, apparently Marionette's a she. Like, it's a lady was actually, a girl was killed. That's what stuffed into the puppet, apparently. When Five Nights at Freddy's 6 comes out on mobile, I'll definitely cover it. But apparently it's a girl that got stuffed in there. So little minor spoilers, just minor. So yeah, if you neglect this music box, then it will break free out of its prison. Alright, same as usual. Once out, it can't be put back inside, and your ventilation system will drain much faster than it did before, causing blackouts and eventually a game over. Now, it has the same mechanic. The only difference is that, you know, the ventilation system, which is confirmed now, will be draining much faster, so your oxygen is going to go down a lot faster, and causing blackouts. So that's interesting. So you'll probably, when she gets out, you'll probably see the screen dim. It's kind of like when the red lights were going off in FNAF 3, but they went on and off. It dimmed and then faded back out in again. It was very trippy, I guess you could say, but something like that would happen. And it doesn't say, and it says eventual blackouts and then eventually game over. Whether, I don't know if the marionette will jump scare you or eventual game over mean like anybody else can come in and take advantage of the situation. But that's interesting. Her mechanic is a little bit different. A little bit, tiny bit. So, Nightmarion. So, Nightmarion basically is a nightmare version of Marionette. So, for those people who didn't know, at all anyway, Nightmarion basically, in FNAF 4, there was an update. They did an update for FNAF 4. There was a Halloween edition, where they added a Nightmare Mangle, Jacko versions of Nightmare Bonnie and Chica, and Nightmarion, which is the puppet. Let's see his mechanic. His presence moves randomly to different locations in your office as you play. and begins to reappear when your mouse cursor moves over him. Be quick to avoid the area of that office that he occupies, or your run will end with a jump scare. I don't know how to express my idea for this one because it's already a tough one. So basically, what they're saying is that his presence will move throughout the office as you play, and he'll reappear when your mouse cursor moves over him. So I guess you have to not mouse over to him, or you will basically get jump scared. That's gonna be interesting to do in 50/20 mode, cause yeah, you won't really know where he's gonna be. So that's gonna be interesting. Now, this mechanic blew it up for me, guys. This one right here, because this is what confirms the noise meter. He is behind you. Oh, it's Music Man. Music Man, if you're not familiar with FNAF 6, Music Man is this like spider-like guy with symbols. Basically, the way he works is, according to this, is he's behind you always, and he's sound activated. If you continue to make a lot of noise, he will slowly become more active, crashing his symbols together faster and faster, and finally ending your run with a startling face-to-face jump scare. Now, that's gonna be interesting because it kind of works similarly to the Friddles, where if all of them are gathered on the bed, you can hear them from wherever you are in the room. Only difference is if you take too long to stop the noise, that's gonna be a little bit of a problem. Yeah. So, like I said, this is what I was talking about with BB and JJ. If they come in, they're more likely going to laugh a lot. And that's going to trigger Music Man. Like, #trigger him. Seriously. So, yeah. You have to keep the place quiet as best as possible. That's going to be interesting. Hold on a minute. Let me just see how much animatronics I've gone through so far. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Let's go through one more. Alright, so Nightmare BB, alright? So, I almost forgot about him. Nightmare BB was also added to the Halloween edition as well, or to the general updates to FNAF 4, but also in the Halloween edition. So, Nightmare BB, basically, he sits in your office throughout the night, usually slouched over. When slouched, be careful not to shine your light on him. If he's standing, however, shine your light to return him to his sitting position, otherwise he will attack when you turn away. So yeah, another mechanic with the flashlight. There's something I also want to know about this mechanic as well, with the flashlight. Can you, like with FNAF, would it work like FNAF 4 where you can move the flashlight from side to side or so? Or will it be like FNAF 2 where it's in one position? That's just one position. Because if that's the case, what if Phantom Freddy comes in and fades in a bit, and you're just like, I need to flash him, but then you know that Nightmare BB's right behind him, so you're just like, I don't want to flash him, so that might be a problem. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So how will that work? I would love to know how the flashlight work, because yeah, if it's a thing where you can move the flashlight from side to side, then I guess you could probably be like, okay, I can flash Phantom Freddy wherever he appears, and he may not necessarily, well, depends. He could fade in anywhere in the office. We don't know, but he may not necessarily appear directly in front of Nightmare BB. But yeah, it's a straightforward mechanic for the most part. Pretty straightforward, just flash the light when he's standing. Don't flash it when he's sitting. Should be good. So yeah, I've gone through pretty much a quarter or so of the animatronics. So maybe next week I'll cover the next. How many? Let me go through again. How much people have gone through again? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because Nightmare and Nightmare Fredbear are 2. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, 12 of them. So yeah, I think I'll go next week. I'll cover the next 12 or so of them for you guys. I hope you guys like this, coverage and everything. I'm glad that you guys wanted me to do it, because I've been meaning to do it for a while, and I've been a little bit hesitant with it. But yeah, I definitely wanted to do it for a while. So yeah, leave a like in this video for this really cool for the coverage of it. Also subscribe for more content like this, and ring that notification bell as well, guys. That's gonna tell you guys when I do another video. And yeah, see you guys in the next part of this coverage, definitely.